Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have another Crusader Kings 3 video, and this one's going to be the introduction to Vassals. So we've gone over a couple of these videos before, pretty much in the past week. There's been one on successions, there's been one on characters, and one on dynasties. So we've gone over those, and pretty much what this is the developers show some gameplay that has to do with the topic, which is Vassals for this one. And then we're going to have a commentator pretty much give his rundown of what Vassals are, how they're implemented into the game, and all of that in a very short and very, in my opinion, a very good detailed explanation of how stuff is going to work. But this time we have a different person who's going to be the commentator. Before we had Very Proud Bavarian, I think that's how you say his channel name. Today we have Havoc, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's see what it's all about. The original will be down below. So, you know, if you want to go check it out for yourself, check out the comments, go do that. But we're going to go over it. I'm going to give my opinions, and we're going to go from there. Let's start it back.
Hello everybody, my name is Havoc and I craft guides and reviews for strategy franchises such as Total War and Paradox. Today, I'll be collaborating with Paradox Interactive to bring about a set of tutorials on Crusader Kings 3. In this tutorial, I'm going to dig into Vassals, what they are, what they can do for you, and how to control them. Let's dive in. What are Vassals? Vassals are land-holding characters who consider you their liege or ruler. Out of the 5 hierarchy realms of Baron, Count, Duke, King, and Emperor, only the first 4 ranks can be vassals. Although
Okay. Interesting. So it's a lot more in depth when it comes to vassals, because pretty much what I do is I make concept videos, and I go over different concepts that people make in terms of Mount and Blade, because obviously that's the game that I cover right now very extensively. And yeah, I always try to see how like different ways that we can like make it more in depth and stuff of that nature. And like I said in the other video, what would be crazy and would be the best collaboration in my opinion in a long time in terms of 2 game developers coming together and making like a behemoth of a game was pretty much if the Mountain Blade developers came with the Crusader Kings developers and just made this behemoth of a game. I think like that would be amazing. It probably won't happen, but it's cool to see, like, you know, obviously the similarities and the differences and kind of, you know what I mean, how stuff is. Like, obviously Crusader Kings is a lot more in depth, and Mountain Blade is a little bit more on the action kind of, you know what I mean, that side of, what would you call it, side of the sphere.
a king as a vassal is relatively rare. There are a few main classifications for vassals in CK3 that you'll need to consider at all times. Strong vassal. These are vassals who are either approaching or who have exceeded their liege in power. Having a strong vassal will incur an opinion penalty, as they will see you as weak and vulnerable. Powerful vassal. These vassals hold the most soldiers and provide the most income. Pay close attention to these vassals, as they won't be satisfied with just land. They'll want to...
Okay, so pretty much she's, oh, that's pretty cool. So okay, so if one of the people under you obviously gets stronger than you, they're probably going to try to take over you, or they're going to do something to the point where, you know, obviously you'll become the vassal in a way, right? Very cool.
Seat on your council. Eventually, you will run out of council seats, at which point things might get a bit trickier to satisfy them. Direct vassal. A direct vassal is one that serves you personally, excluding barony tier ones. You are allowed a certain number of direct vassals, called, not surprising, your vassal limit. Vassals of vassals do not count towards this number. You can check and see how many direct vassals you can have by clicking on the Realm tab and going down to the vassal limit in the bottom right corner. What can...
Oh, that's cool. So your vassals can have their own vassals. Oh, the pyramid scheme. Okay.
Vassals do. Much like in Crusader Kings 2, vassals provide 2 crucial resources to their liege in exchange for protection: levies and taxes. Levies provide the bulk of most armies, made up of local militia, and they are the most basic unit in the game. Each holding provides a set number of levies to their holder each month, which in turn provides a set number of levies to their liege. Taxes function in much the same way. Each holding will contribute to their king, respectively. How do I control my vassals? There are several ways to keep your vassals in line, and Crown Authority is the first we will take a look at. Crown Authority directly represents the authority a ruler has over their vassals. Each level of Crown Authority increases the range of control you have, from increased taxes and levies to who can inherit the title of a vassal, and more. As you climb that ladder, your vassal's opinion of you will fall, so be mindful of your current vassal situation when you bump up to that new level. Vassal contracts are a new form of control to the Crusader King.
This I'm telling you before, like before I stated in another video, like there's so much. I'm guessing like for someone who's been playing Crusader Kings 2 for a very long time, they're probably like, oh, this is nothing new or whatever. But just there's so much like in-depth thinking of different things, obviously, because you want powerful vassals, but if they become too powerful, then you're screwed again. But if you if you control them too much and you know what I mean, tax them too much or take too many levies, then all of a sudden they're gonna get weaker, and then your kingdom's gonna get weaker. Oh man, there's just a lot to consider. You know what I mean? And this is coming from like a Mountain Blade player, so you know what I mean. Obviously, it's a lot more simpler. Very excited. I'm not gonna be good at this game at all in the beginning, but hopefully I can learn the ways.
Franchise. Clicking on the contract button under your vassal in the Realms tab will bring up the contract screen, where you will see a range of customizable factors that affect your vassal. You can choose to increase the taxes and levies, although that will decrease their opinion of you. Lowering each will obviously increase their opinion. There are special contract terms available to Duchy tier vassals and up, giving you a few unique options to higher level vassals like Scuddage, which increases the vassal's taxes by 50% while decreasing the levy contribution by 75%. Last in the contracts are a range of rights you can gift or force on your vassal, from religious freedom to a guaranteed seat on the council or forcing a certain succession right. Tweak and tune all of these factors to each vassal, depending on their opinion of you or to counter a certain situation. It is really an effective way to handle all of them individually. One final way to keep your vassals in line is diplomacy, both as a CK3 character skill and your own ability to play. Regardless of your character's lifestyle choices early in your campaign, it is well worth switching to diplomacy as your kingdom expands. Consider the diplomat tree to gain more effective ways to sway your vassal's opinion of you, or open more ways to vassalize characters of lower rank than yourself. And generally, just keep an eye on your vassal's opinions. More often than not, it is a simple solution to appease them, and happy vassals will ensure that they don't try to plant a knife in your back later on in your campaign. That's all for this quick look at vassals and...
Man. Listen, I'm gonna be really stuck in the beginning, obviously tweaking every single little thing to get it to the right, obviously the right settings. Ooh, but I am for sure excited to see what comes, from this game. And hopefully, like I said before, hopefully they don't do the whole like very extensive payments that you have to pay to like have the full game. You know what I mean? Like CK2, if you want the full game now with all the expansions, what is it, like $250 plus? Hopefully they tone it down a little bit. They're probably still going to do it to an extent, but hopefully it's not to that extent. If that kind of makes sense. But yeah, I'm super excited. Shoot. Like I said before, this is going to be one of the games I am going to be covering kind of like extensively on my channel as well. So in terms of dev news, tutorials, I'm going to do a playthrough and all that other stuff. Yeah, it's all coming to the channel. You know what I mean? And that's about it. If you guys want to, like I said before, if you guys want to see the full video for yourself, all the comments, the link will be down below. And like always, ask me any questions, any concerns, and stay safe.